Our next caller is James from Illinois.
What's up, James?
What up, James?
What's going on?
What's happening?
What's going on? Obviously, I want to say thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate all that you do, and I'll go right into my question I sort of wrote down. So the gist of my question says, how does someone who has consistently been working out since the age of 12 or 13 keep variety in their training without sacrificing consistency? A little bit of background of my training. I got into working out because my dad sort of made me growing up in a good way. But truthfully, he's always been jacked, and I sort of wanted to be like him. And really, he did lay a good foundation for me. And probably, I'd say, since the age of about 14, freshman year in high school, my main influences of training have been from Mike Boyle, Joe DeFranco, Jay Ferrugia, and Charles Poliquin. And most of my training has been centered around full body training, except maybe like a short stint in college. Felt like a bro split maybe for like 2 months at most, but that was very short lived. And really, I've met, I'd say, 99% of my strength goals. I'm happy with my physique, my performance, but lately it just seems a little monotonous to go into the gym, stay motivated when my whole day's centered around fitness. And for reference, I'm 26. I'm a high school weightlifting teacher. And then I'm a personal trainer when I get off from teaching with about 20 sessions per week there. I did play college football. Actually, it was in the same conference that Justin played in. And my wife and I have a 7-month-old.
Awesome. All right.
Awesome.
So
great. I love this question.
Yeah. Let me kind of go back to some of the stuff you said. So you've been working out consistently for about 13 years. You're a weightlifting teacher in high school, it says up here, and a personal trainer when you're done.
Happy with his physique and strength.
Yeah. You're already consistent. I mean, there is no issue with consistency. Just go do something you enjoy. Like if you came to me, if you were my friend, I would have no fears that you're going to stop working out. I would just say, and I think what you're asking is, how do I stay motivated but follow good programming and stay consistent with the kind of programming? It doesn't matter at this point. Like you've been working out so long, just find something active that you like.
Get stimulated.
And there is nowhere you could go wrong. The only way you could go wrong is if you stop being active. But at this point, at your level, with how long you've been training, with your understanding, you mentioned a bunch of giants in the strength training space. These are people that we look up to, that we learn from as well. And again, with your background, I would just pick something active that you think is interesting and go for it and have fun doing it. There'll be no challenge. Like I said, I wouldn't fear you would stop. Now, if you told me, hey, I just started working out 6 months ago and I'm kind of getting bored, what do I do? Can I just switch it up all the time? I'd have different advice. But someone like you, it's like, just pick something you like that's active, go for it, and you'll be fine. I wouldn't worry about you not.
I might challenge you a little bit differently. I think because of your background, your experience, your knowledge, you're happy with physique, happy with strength, I might stretch you a bit and say, why don't we do something that you probably wouldn't do? So maybe it's not something you necessarily love, but maybe something you maybe need. Like maybe you've never been like the mobility guy and you go really deep down that rabbit hole. Or maybe you've never got into kettlebells or mace or Pilates. I don't know about that, but
no, don't do Pilates.
I would pick something because you know better than anybody because how long you've been doing this, and you also have been trained by the great minds in our space. What is it you don't do enough of, or what is it that you could complement your overall health and fitness journey, since you are happy with strength, physique, and those things? What are you missing or you need? And maybe challenge yourself in that direction of, hey, I've never really put a lot of effort into trying whatever X is, and maybe do that. And I think that being just a novel stimulus and being challenged that way, I think you'll enjoy some of the gains and the challenges you have. And that this is something that, and I like this question because I feel like we fall in this category ourselves a lot. Like I'm constantly having to give myself new goals or new things to focus on because I've kind of done the whole get as strong as I can or look as cool as I can possibly look, and proven that to myself that I can do that. It's like, what's going to keep me doing this into my late 40s and 50s and forever? It's like, I have to find new ways to challenge my fitness. And so I would probably challenge you in that direction.
It's really the answer is going to be whichever one of those resonates with you, whichever, because coming from Adam, the reason why Adam likes saying that's what excites him, right? So whichever one of those resonate is fine. There's really no wrong answer here. The only wrong answer would be to stop.
Yeah, I mean, just personally, this is where I tend to lean more towards the unconventional side of things, just as like something too that was like a little bit on the fray, looked a little bit more dangerous, but you started to figure out like, oh wow, this actually applies well to address some strength needs that then I could kind of bring back, and then it actually reinvigorated me to pursue more strength training afterwards. So like our unconventional program, old time strength was
good.
kind of that was built off of that idea, is like, what can we do to challenge people in a totally new way that fills a lot of those gaps of angles and certain rotational movements and stability that isn't being addressed.
Here's a third option, James. You're an athlete, so another option is to find a competition and train for it. That almost always, if somebody's an athlete, they have an athletic mind, and you're young, you're in your 20s.
You're too young for pickleball, so don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that yet. But
that's for old guys.
But yeah, you
tried getting fat. That's a possibility.
Yeah,
it's fun.
I guess I've never really looked into. I've never done a strong range competition. I've never done a powerlifting competition.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
Things along those lines. So I guess that would be an idea.
Old time strength would be a great one.
Yeah.
I like that advice.
Old time strength is
You'll
great.
geek out on it, dude.
And if you want to do
it's a trip.
powerlifting, we have a powerlifting program we can send to you that you could kind of look through. Although I have a feeling you understand strength training programming pretty well.
Yeah.
Look for athletes. When I look athletes, like easy, it's an easy button. I'm not saying this is always the answer, but an easy button with an ex-athlete is find a competition, and that tends to spark all those feelings you're looking for.
I do want to comment though on something that Sal said about me and being excited about that. That's not true at all. When I let go of looking badass and being strong to be this mobility guys, it was very challenging. I was not excited about it.
You get excited about the challenge.
What was exciting was when I started to reap the benefits of the discipline and the hard work. Like what it got exciting was when I started to see, my low back pain go away, when I saw the increased mobility and range of motion that I had, the ability to be comfortable in a squat, that started exciting me. But that wasn't until months and months later of consistency, of like committing to something that I knew would be mentally challenging for myself, to let go of this, idea I need to be this buff guy or I need to be so strong. So and I think there's a lot of value in that for people that have committed to being in this fitness thing for the rest of your life. It's not always going to be exciting and fun. Sometimes it's what you probably need and what's best for you, and what's on the other side of that is exciting, but getting through it isn't always, exciting. So I don't want you to be fooled into thinking that I just love to challenge myself in these words. Like, no, it sucked for a while. It definitely sucked, but it sucks. Very, very rewarding. Very rewarding.
Did you guys find it, I guess, when you were training full time, did you find it difficult to find motivation for your own workouts? Because I sort of feel that I'm in year 4 now of teaching and training. And it's like, man, some days I'm just like, hell, I don't know if I can get this in or want to get it in when I just spent my whole day telling everyone else how to do this.
Have you followed our MAPS 15 program yet too?
I have not. I have a decent amount of your programs. Actually, a lot of our class is surrounded by going through your programs. But I don't have 15.
So I like old timey as a suggestion. I also like MAPS 15 potentially for you, because you also might be at a place in your journey, which this was an interesting place for me too, is realizing like, oh shit, I don't need to nearly train as much and as intense as I need to.
Gain all the benefits without all the work.
Yeah. You've put so much, this is what's so great about when you've put the years of consistency in like you have and reached strength goals and physique goals that you already have. The amount of volume, intensity, and training that's required to actually still maintain all that is a lot less than you probably realize. And that might be a valuable part of your journey right now, is to maybe just reduce that, especially considering you're having these feelings of like, oh man, I'm working all these hours and I'm training these clients. The last thing I want to do is go spend another hour and a half in the gym by myself.
Taxing. Yeah.
It's like, well, what does that look like if I just did 2 effective exercises and done it in 15, 20 minutes and I walk away? Like, and then that becomes exciting because you realize, oh shit, I'm doing way less volume, yet I'm maintaining a lot of my strength. I'm maintaining a lot of the look I have. So you might also be there. So maybe dabble in one or two of those, or follow one and then follow the other for the next like 6 months.
Yeah, or even just change the environment. I mean, it's your work environment, so you're working in there.
Yeah, that too.
You know, I used to work out at a different gym half the time because of the ones I manage.
That's what I've been doing. I can't work out where I train and where I teach, so I go somewhere else.
Yeah, or you go outside, do outside workouts. Like literally, there's no wrong answer except that you stop.
I know.
So you just gotta, you just gotta think to yourself.
I think we all get through this at a certain point, like in our careers. It's just like, okay, how do we reignite this passion that, you came in guns blazing? It's like, where is it? But you can find it. It's just, you got to figure out like what stimulus is going to resonate.
Cool. Well, thank you guys.
You got it, man.
What are we sending over to him? Are we sending him 15 or are we sending old timing?
Let's send it both. He's a teacher, and it'll be good stuff for him to show the kids too. So you get 2 programs, James.
Totally.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you guys very much.
You got it, man. Do you want to shout out your high school or what?
Yeah. It's Limestone High School in Peoria, Illinois.
There you go.
Right on.
All right, man.
All right, James.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Good. Did you think I was saying it's easy for you?
No. I think you
like.
No,
it's part of your character. Part of your character. I'm giving you a compliment. Relax.
It's not.
Part of your character is you choose hard shit, and then afterwards you enjoy it. You enjoy the being able to do that.
Well, okay, yeah, afterwards, but there's no, like, you made it sound like it's like I enjoy to go do this shitty thing that I don't like doing. Like, no, I don't.
No,
it's
what
like
I meant was
difficult.
it excites you.
So, did you agree with what he said?
I mean, both of you are.
Shut up, Justin.
Arguing. Both you're arguing over nothing.
Yeah.
He's right.
Well,
he's right.
The only reason why I commented, because wasn't going to comment.
I know what you mean. You think I'm saying to him like you do something you hate, you're gonna love it right away.
Right. And I just want him to know that, like, because I do think this is important for those that are listening that have made this a thing forever, or that are going to do forever.
Especially for longevity.
Yeah,
especially for longevity.
and we are all guilty of this ourselves, right?
Yeah.
You get in a place where you feel just like he does. Yeah. And, sometimes you've exhausted all the stuff you're excited about, and that's fun.
Yeah.
Getting hella good at my deadlift was a lot of fun. Getting hella good at my squat, that was really fun. What was not fun?
You're just trying to express that it's a discipline that you do that.
Yeah.
Not that you're like, yay, I'm going to go fucking do this.
Yes. Yeah. Because I also think too that like, so for example, the mobility one, I always go back to that because that one was not only physically challenging, it was also very mentally challenging for me because I had to let go of a lot of old insecurities.
Yeah, of course.
Around being very buff and very strong. And like, that's something that I wanted so bad. And I do think that we all reach this place. That's my insecurity, right? So somebody else's might be something else. It might be strength related or performance related, whatever. But I do think it's important in our journey that you find a time where you challenge those insecurities and pursue another goal that maybe you never would. Yeah. And that was kind of what
what I do when I get bored is add another peptide.
I mean, that's a move right there.
It's novel.
When I run out of peptides,
it's novel.
Then I'll do something else.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it.
Good stuff. Look, if you like the show, head over to mindpumpfree.com. We have a guide that teaches you how to squat like a pro. You can find it again at mindpumpfree.com. You can also find us on Instagram. Justin is at mindpumpjustin. I'm at mindpumpdestefano, and Adam is at mindpumpadam.